Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Season 0, Overpower Nationals. We are in round 7. We have Amy Hopkins versus Zack V. Darth Alduin on the Discord. Both very good players. Amy has not played as many tournaments as Zack has, but she's from Seattle, and Seattle represent. So I will be unbiasedly definitely rooting for her in this game. Zack he brought a Woo Witch with Mummy before, and it was pretty awesome. This one, he's going with the same thing, but he swapped Witch for John Carter. So, interesting, powerful build. And then, I think Amy is playing an Asclepion deck. Witch, Raw in the back, and I think that's Anubis and Mummy. Is that Anubis on the left? Hell yeah, frontline Anubis, let's go. As usual, I missed the dice off and can't tell who wins, but we'll find out in a second here. I guess finding out who wins is irrelevant because they could pick first or second. So, and I have no sound, I can't hear them. We will see who places first. Looks like no dupes, no dupes. A raw 6. Interesting. Any hero heal for Zack. So it's a Asclepion battle. I'm going to be trying to duck out mid-round and then get some heals. Ooh, 8 on Wukong. Aspect for Amy. There's a 3. There's a Mummy 7. She's got some heat too. No Morgan to chain into those raw attacks. If she's playing that, she's probably also playing Eye of Sekhmet. Which means that I am anticipating an event to pop Raw up for a turn. To maybe get that staff piece online and then sliding back to safety, unload an attack or two. Placing an ally. Zack places a low, brute force. Some food for a Mummy negate, which might come later. Amy bets 1. So they're both kind of down a card this hand because Zack has the Any Hero heal and Amy has the Raw card that are both unusable. He likes his hand more, he bets 2. She's going to open with the ally. A 3 into a 3. I mean, you kind of got to go after Mummy. Takes it. Oh, the Grim Reaper. And there's the fairy. There is the fairy. No wonder he bet 2. She did a little sneaky bet 1, try and blow him out real quick. I like that. Might have only gotten 2 cards. Not sure what else is in Zack's hand, but we'll see. A 3 at the Jackal Man, following with a 4. She blocks with a 5. Last card in hand. Zack is representing a Spectrum on the field, but it would take him 2 actions to do so. If he had a teamwork, he likely would have placed it. It'd be real sneaky to keep one in hand. But 2 unknowns in hand is pretty rough. She's at 4 place to his 3, or 5 place to his 3. Yep, she runs. He had a John Carter Lockout of Void, and it looked like a 7 Brute Force. Yeah. So not usable by the monkey, but the other 2 can play that card. Now she's going to hopefully draw her own Mummy Negate or something, Merlin, something to stop that first action heal, draw, and attack that Zack is probably going to go with. I see an 8 power card, a multi, a 2, a teamwork, and I think I do see the Merlin. Ooh. And maybe a Mummy 5. Yep, there's the Merlin. There's nothing to defend her. Oh, no, she does have a Mummy Negate also. Does she have a... I'm going to throw that multi down on him. So if Zack draws his Reaper and she has something to deal with it. Throws a teamwork down on Witch. There's the 8-ball corner pocket. Zack puts a teamwork on Mummy, negate on Mummy, and he left the food there for last turn, taking that 3. Turned out to be a pretty wise decision, methinks. Now, the offensive negate's also underrated. Like, you can just cleanse a hit or proc Asclepion by healing a special card hit. Both players kind of have to be smart to throw their specials as kill shots and not like a mid-game or a first poke, because they're very easy to get rid of. He also has the 8 multi for John Carter, but he only bets 1. Bet 1-1, conservative. Might be able to take some pokes. Oh, nope, Zack says I'm out. Bounces. 5 cards in hand. Amy mistakenly moves that card down. Yep, you definitely won. Zack trying to catch up on placement. Go ahead. Let's count. Amy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 playable to Zack's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 playable. Both have 1 dupe, so fair fight. She did draw another Mummy Negate. That's nice. She has her own heal. And with the initiative, that is pretty big in an Asclepion mirror when you both have damage. Funny enough, it's identical damage. It's a 3 intellect on both characters. There's another teamwork. Teamwork. Both have their aspects. Both have a heal. Both have a Mummy Negate. Amy also has a Rail Negate. Both have an 8 multi. Both have an 8 power card. Both have some teamworks. Any power teamworks. Zack having more teamworks. So fairly similar setups here. Amy bids 2. Boom. She wants to take this one down. Zack bids 1, but he says, I'm in. Gotta stand and fight one of these rounds. What will Amy's opening move be is the question. Launching a teamwork. She's thinking about it. I thought that wasn't any power teamwork for some reason. Blocks with a 5. First follow-up will be... Ooh, I love that. Nasty multi onto the Mumster, which does have an energy icon. It's a power card, so it's harder to get rid of. Zack will be blocking this if he can. Yep. John Carter, teammate, avoid. That's the tricky or cute thing about Zack's deck is he's got Mummy has teammate avoid a power card and draw, and John Carter has the teammate avoid, and then Wukong's the anchor, the linchpin. So he's just got so much to keep him alive. Wow, Amy doesn't even think about negating that. That's kind of crazy. Draws. Mumster declines the attack. I guess it's a 2-for-1 where you spend your Merlin, so it's not like a snap negate, but I think you still think about it. Now her 4 intellect. Screw you, John Carter. We're going after you now. Takes it. She already has seen 1 of the lockouts go by, so unless Zack's playing 2, might be easier to take him down. Anubis 5. Is that the half multi that attacks with the power card? If it's blocked? I think so, because his other 5 is energy. Interesting she doesn't throw that as a kill shot. Kind of force the Mummy negate. He still might Mummy negate it. Yep, he does. 2-for-1. And she's got to be happy to see that. It's not the end of the world. But she has been using mostly place cards and very little in hand. Scry 5, she lets him do it. See what kind of juice he can pick up here. Asclepion mirror is just so much more like card advantage based and trying to find your little leverage here and there versus like a speed burn out your opponent type of deck. I think Raw Venture, Zack has an edge because he has John Carter and Wukong against Witch and Anubis. Grabs a 6 Brute Force, which all 3 characters in the front line can use. We like that. Solid play. Now her counterplay. I think both have 4 in hand. Oh, now she procs her own heal. He's thinking about it. Does he have a Merlin to spend? He does. They both had the double negate. There is merit to stopping those. Undoes some damage and the card advantage thing. Like, he just spent 2 for 1, but then just regrew. Doesn't want her to get a regrow and attack. Combat teamwork. And you know it's going to be followed by that 6 brute force probably. You're not really that worried about combat because he has a lot of it, but at the same time, 2 colors is annoying. Spends 6, I believe. And there's the 6. Freya. No more. Wants to keep Mr. Anubis alive. That kind of tells me there's no Shepherd of the Damned in hand because she could. Most likely. I think they both have 3 in hand. Which 8 multi. Seen both the negates go by, so it's not as scary trying to play around that lockout. Interesting that she's target switching. I'd rather have that 4 on Mummy if that's your guy you're trying to KO, and then anything takes him out. Wow, a teamwork from hand. Also target switching. Maybe going to try and get Witch to burn the 8. Nope, going for Anubis for the kill. Now, do you just trade Anubis for Mummy? I think it's fine to do so. Boom, yeah, there's a big 7. She's ready to let Anubis die. And I think that's fine. Zack has 2 teamworks that he must have fuel for, which is unlikely in order to even throw them. And she has the Merlin to stop the 8 multi if necessary. Ooh, but the aspect. Yeah, we forgot about the aspect back there. Bye-bye, Jackal God. Your time has come. Little bluff here, making it look like she has a decision to make, but he's dead. But I do like not just snap picking him up. Now you punish, you counter punish. Kill the mummy. Oof. An 8 from John Carter. He's got so much power. 3 8s this round. Yeah, I think it's fine to block that. Or take it. There's no 9s in his deck. He could have the Wukong 11, but you still have the Merlin. Yep. Kill mummy. Zack doing this. Oh, he has a Freya. He has the Freya. Wow. Wonder if that's what he drew off Asclepion. Now he runs. Yep, there it is. Oh, that's rough. She had a negate, and a scry 5, but it just takes too many turns to get all that off. So Zack's in a big dominating position here now because of that Freya. And taking the 8 multi and then the 7 was kind of like a really nice feint to make her think that one of these big hits is going to go over the top and it's going to KO Mummy. Question is, can she drill him down? And Raw comes up with a usable attack. And I think it's an 8 against the Mumster and John Carter, which is really nice. Can she take him out before Zack can start to heal him up? There's an event. Is it the shift event? If it is, that sucks for her. Oh, it's the shift event. Oh, no. That's so good for Zack. Keep the mummy alive. Give him plenty of time to heal up that multi-hit. Amy had 2 discards, 2 Anubis cards. 3 placed to his 3 placed. God, that's a rough draw. That's so unlucky for her that popped this round. Otherwise, I think she can just kill the mummy. There's not a ton of defense that Zack's going to have left. That's why it's in his deck, though. There's a 5 on Wukong. Probably no 7 or 8. Unless he has maybe a 7 any, but... Yeah, 6 to John Carter. She says, I'm done. There's another mummy negate. And the cloud surfing, which I believe is live, to draw a card in addition to avoid an attack. I don't fault her for like not placing that 7 any power card, but at the same time, Zack's just been able to whittle so much more of a placement advantage. Not quite sure why he's betting first. He ran away, so she goes first. She's like, why are you betting first, bro? And he's like, I'm just so confident. I just love these cards. I'm up 2. It's go time. Let's do it. Go for the mummy. I dare you. Maybe she can sneak something through and kill John Carter while he has a couple of cards left on him and then try and deal with mummy next round, but gotta be careful. He doesn't just negate off a special. Yeah. Maybe the teamwork, but then you're spending your power cards. He's got the 6 and the avoid in the back. So, yep, just spends the 6 for the 4. First follow-up. She's double checking her follow-ups. Probably intellect from Raw. It's a nice little multi. Praying that there's no mummy, teammate avoid. He's thinking about the cloud surfing, and the cloud surfing will get that. Oh no, he saved the teammate avoid and draw. Zach's blowing my mind with these plays here. I mean, I guess that's the next target for sure. Luckily for her, it's a duplicate 5. But still, that's so annoying. Even a 1-for-1, stop an 8. And that was the big piece of defense on Witch. At least she has the fairy, which is why she felt comfortable dumping that, but... He'll launch his own teamwork as a counter assault. He does. Yeah, you gotta take this one and then pray for harness next hand, right? So if you use the fairy now, then Zack still has a lot more capability of KOing either your Raw or your Mummy. Yep, she takes it. Smart call. Comes the 5. There's the fairy. Once again, left with a teamwork that may or may not have food for it. Probably doesn't. There is a Raw 8 half multi. Does he have the lockout? Nope, he plays the Wukong, avoid, and draw. So many cards. It's very nice to have all these draws. Where's Amy's teammate avoid power card and draw? She didn't have to spend that fairy. Changes target, says, hey, can I actually throw this against Mummy? She says, sure, no problem. That's how we play in Seattle. Action had not been resolved, so no biggie. Snap spends the Merlin on the 8 multi. 8 multi is pretty gross. Gemini. Question is, what did he draw? She's going to go back for the Witch 8, maybe. He goes for his own Gemini. Oh, gross. You know exactly what he's going to get. He's going to go get that cloud surfing. Avoid and draw. And he waited to play Gemini until that Merlin was spent. Zach has he has been a little bit lucky, but he has also just played phenomenal this game. Just been one step ahead at every move. Oh, he goes back for the raw 8. Yeah, or she did. Same thing as the Witch 8. And he draws another freaking card. Makes like 3 draws this hand. He could do another one if he wants to. Negates off the 7, or the 8 multi, duh, and draw a card. Zach has 4 cards in hand. 4 make an additional from the Mummy, because why not? She blocks with the Snevin. And another 7. And now Zach has put her in a position where, okay, fine, you can take John Carter, but then Mummy's going to go down. She's seen very few of his cards. Forces her to run. Brutal. Brutal. She needs to draw Harness this hand. And Mummy's been healed back up. Need an 8 energy or something to take John Carter out. Oh, there's an Anubis card. Just bleeding those cards throughout the game, giving even more card advantage to Zach. She's putting up a hell of a fight, though. I really hope there's a Harness this hand, because that can help get her back into it. Pile of Venture from Zach. Another 8. If she doesn't see Harness, I would like to see a place out and run. The Sun Woozy full heal. Great. She's like, that's another future me problem. Teamwork 6, ally. Places another small brute force power card. It's actually a strength power card. She's got a shiny shoes. Yep, I think she's thinking the same thing. Place out and bounce. But he's keeping up with her. Placing just as much. And she does have a teamwork stopper, but the question is he even going to throw a teamwork? He's already dumped so many. He's not going to want to use that 2 or 3 or whatever it is. It's got to be a 3 because that's the 2. Bets 2 from the top. She bets 1 and gives it to him. Yep, good play. Any character 4. Stop what's that, aquaphobic? No, it's the witch 4. And then the stop of teamwork. He had his own stop of teamwork, and I didn't see what else. Looks like the trickery. Transformation trickery. Interesting he placed the keel and not the trickery. He's really thinking long term. I think trickery's better to place because then you can just keep John Carter alive. But Zach knows his deck better than I do, so giving himself a long game edge is nice. Dupe Snevin. It's the awesome redhead from the little promos that came out before the Few and the Curse Kickstarter. God, I can't wait for those cards. New heroes, new specials, new meta. Slaps down a Mummy Negate. What's that, like the 8th one this game? I think that's 3rd, but still. Ooh, a dupe 2. Man, I guess you got to get to 56 cards when you're playing events, but dupe 2s, not a fan. Not a fan. Feels so bad when you dupe on them. She throws her own teamwork down. Where is Harness the Wind? Where is it? Both players have some serious gas. He bet, I think, 1 from the middle, and she bet 1 also. Boom. Wukong 11. Make her have the harness. I see the anti-hero shift. Do you really want to move that to Raw? Where's her Raw staff piece and her Eye of Sekhmet? She's been pretty unlucky with the draws, not gonna lie. That's my completely unbiased opinion. Yep, shift it, take it. I don't think it's live adventure, but that's still annoying. She goes, Mummy's gonna die. Dump the teamwork while you can. Okay. Attacking Sun Woozy. He has the heal. Not sure why. Not throwing at the Mummy. Or John Carter. I think that's a slight blunder. Unless she can 1, 2, 3 him. 6, 6, 8. But unlikely. There might be a Mummy teammate avoid and draw, or a John Carter teammate avoid. And we know he has a 7. He has a dupe 7, so he can stop one of those for sure. Unless, of course, he kept a 7 brute force instead, but very unlikely. Probably has a red one or an any power one. Just really deliberating over the follow-up here. Because if you put a bunch of damage on Wukong and then don't KO him, then I think she's realizing her mistake, and that's what that pause was. Like, damn, why did I do that? Because if he takes 2 hits and then blocks a 3rd, Zach just cleanses him. One color, 7 damage. Not so scary. Maybe she also has a Mummy Negate and she's going to try and stop the heal and then continue the power, but kind of undoing all the work that she did on John Carter and Mummy so far this game. He's really deliberating. Do I stop the 4? Throws his own teamwork at the witch. Looks like she has a teammate avoid and draw. She has to spend that 8 to keep her up, though. And Zack could do a crazy heads-up play, which is follow with a 7 combat at the mummy, KOing him. Unless he gets tunnel vision in on the witch. Just praying she doesn't have it. But he knows he hasn't seen any teammate avoid and draws yet, so on her side. We'll see. No way she's going to let her go down with 2 cards on her. The other annoying thing is that 2 brute force or 3. The 3. Wait, who'd that teamwork come from? I think it was on mummy. Never mind. So you can't follow with the 2 brute force or 3 brute force. Yep, spends the 8. Two for the kill. You have to avoid and draw it. Oh, what? What are you doing? Amy, what you doing? Oh no, she just put her head down. Whoopsies. Misplay. I have a teammate avoid a power card and draw. Oh, whoopsies. That's a huge bummer to like notice after it happened and the character's already been discarded and everything. Yeah, now she runs. Like, oh, I could have saved her. He had a lot. A 6/7, a Reaper, and something else. So she was definitely in trouble regardless. Now her home base has a dead card locked on it. Her mummy is 1 hit from death. She's losing the venture, and Zack has the entire team left. And now they're she's halfway in power pack. So it's probably irrelevant either way, but it just feels so bad. It feels so bad. I just realized this video, I don't have the live chat going above. Rip. Full screen. Oh, that's a bummer. Well played game by both parties. A little good luck, a little bad luck here or there. Swung it massively. Her last 4 cards are all discards, so she wouldn't have been able to keep the card anyways. It would have just been 1 deeper in the power pack. She throws the witch card away off of Asclepion, which is not actually what you do, but she has no specials left anyways, so it's now just going through the motions of the last battle. There's nothing she could do. There's no way she could engineer a W from this point because he just has so much massive card advantage, venture advantage, character advantage, and all he needs to bet is 2 for the win. She goes, oh shit, I have a dupe 6 also. Rip. That's good. Zack needed that extra card advantage right there. And the raw staff is gone also. He draws. It's a duplicate, but whatever. Raw staff was thrown away last hand, so. Do you take the Snevin? Mommy can't heal anything. 4. And try and kill Sun Woozy. Blocks with a 4. Yeah, just math-wise, it's over. Nothing she can do. Blocks with a 6. We know that Zack has an 8 because he duped on it when he drew. Throw it at John Carter. At least take him out. Take him down. And pray he doesn't have a mummy team avoid. It's irrelevant. 8. Oh, he does have the teammate avoid and draw. Because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he have it in this last hand? Oh, no. Dupe 7. Oh, Zack, I feel so bad for you, buddy. Oh, it's so rough. Double duping. Oh. Poor guy. 6, and that's the game. There's the handshake. Wow, what a game. What a game. That was pretty awesome. I think that's what it looks like when Zack's deck is pretty close to firing on all cylinders, like getting the Asclepion rides a fine line between like you want there to be damage on your guys, but you can't have them be KO'd. So like 1 to 2 hits is okay, depending on what those hits are. And you got to be real clever both when playing it and when playing against it because of all the extra ways to remove special card hits. And then Mummy and John Carter further complicate that with their teammate avoid nonsense. And that shift event that was drawn at such a clutch time, that was just so great for him because if Mummy dies that hand and he doesn't get that, or if Amy got harness at any point during that game, we have a very different match because then she can regain the initiative, take down a character or two, and then they have a real fair fight. But the way it went down, that was sort of a snowball. It was a back and forth, and then snowball just started rolling to the point where it was unstoppable at the end for Amy. So great game, great competitors. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.